of an emptiness. There could be an emptiness that we're trying to fill, and that's why we go by material things. Material things just to make us feel good. We get to a state and point and say, just let me go buy something new. Sometimes people in general like this Samaritan woman that met Jesus at the well. She came, she thought she was coming to draw water. But when she met Jesus, I'm telling you, we serve a God about us when we're not concerned about our own self. This woman was content doing what she was doing, and that was going from bed to bed. She was satisfied, but she was looking for something else. She and Jesus got in a conversation. Looked at Jesus and said, "What are you doing here? You know good and well that Jews and Samaritans have no dealing with one another. Why are you here?" I can imagine Jesus, "I come to meet your need." That's all. I can imagine Jesus telling her that, and she responded, "I have no need." Jesus said, "Oh, well, yes, you do." She said, told her, said, "You come to drink water, this natural water, but I can give you something that's better than this natural water." How often do we, when we get hungry? I think that's it. That spiritual man is crying out for something, but instead of feeding it spiritual food, we go buy natural food. See, we think it's our natural desire, but sometimes it's that spiritual that you will never thirst again. And then he went a step farther. He said, asked her, said, "Where is your husband?" I believe she started to open her mouth and lie. But she said, "I have none." Jesus said, "You spoke well." And said, "Guess what? The one that you with now. Who told this man about my personal life?" That's just the kind of care that God has, or that is the self-care kind of interest that God has in his people. And she was so excited. She said, "Come see a man that has told me everything about my life." First of all, she said, "Give me that water." And when she drank of that water, all we need to do is just drink of the water. A contented person is satisfied with little. Extremely difficult. It didn't change his state of contentment. Living in a small apartment, eating the worst of food, none of that affected him. Why? His mind wasn't focused on material things. It was focused on God. God, what is it that you want me to do? The mission that you gave me to do, how do you want me to complete it? I'm sold out to you. My life, my mind, my heart, my entire body, it's sold out to you. And that's what for every one of his people today, he's looking for a sold out body. He was so dedicated that when difficult time, he was able to ease through them. The third point that I want to tell you, a contented person, this is the most important one, next to the most important one. Contented person is independent from circumstances. Whoa. Independent. Independent simply says, I act alone. Independent means I'm by myself. Independent says, I have no persuasion. Independent says, nothing dictates to me. Independent says, I'm my own man. And so often we say, I'm grown. Why can't we say those same words that I'm grown, that sometimes we even say, I don't need anybody help. This is just who I am. My parents raised me to be a strong person, a strong, independent individual. My God, why can't we relate that same attitude to every circumstance that crosses our life? It doesn't mean it's not there, but we're saying that I'm not going to let my circumstances tell me how to live. I'm not going to tell me where to step. I'm not going to allow my circumstance to order my step. I'm not going to allow my circumstances to change my attitude, to change my disposition. My God, if you read it, as I hope some of you did when I told you to read the life of